What's going on, y'all? It's MJ back with another album review. This is album review number 353. Today I have The Wall by Pink Floyd. The Wall by Pink Floyd is a rock opera that tracks the character named Pink as he goes from a traumatic childhood into becoming a jaded rock star. The album released on November 30th, 1979, and it's their 11th studio album with 26 tracks, being 25 songs and 1 interlude. As you guys know, before actually hopping into the music, we gotta give an album cover review. Today, I'm giving The Wall a 4 out of 10. It tells the story of the wall. Obviously, it's just a brick wall with the writing. I do think that it could be a little bit more intrinsic in terms of the design, just a little basic in my opinion. That's why it's about middle of the road at a 4 out of 10. When it comes to Pink Floyd, they're one of the best bands at creating concept albums, and this is another one. The big thing about this album is the anti-authoritarian state that it really goes into. It's against the school system, it's against the fascist state, it's against these big orders that say that they're going to make everybody's life in order, but in reality it just isolates them and creates this wall that they have to live inside of. The album also dives into mental issues of depression, psychotic fantasy, and emotional numbness, obviously on the track Comfortably Numb. The album contains 2 discs, the first one being about the character Pink building up the wall, becoming isolated, and the second one is about him living inside of that wall. The 2 discs also sound different sonically. The first disc contains a more narrative song structure and just clear to the point, while in the second disc we see a more fragmented, paranoid song lyrics, song structure, etc. The second half also tends to feel a little bit more dark than the first half. One of the really cool things about this album is that the final track, Outside the Wall, actually loops back into the first track, In the Flesh, and what that symbolizes is that the wall can be rebuilt and healing is not guaranteed. Since there are 25 songs on this album, I'm not going to be going through individually and giving you my thoughts on each, but I will give you my top 5. At 5, I have The Thin Ice. At 4, I have Young Lust. At 3, I have Hey You. At 2, I have Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. And at number 1, I have Comfortably Numb. I believe Comfortably Numb to be one of the greatest songs ever created. It really serves as the shifting point in this album, and it shows that he's just starting to figure out how to live with this inside of this wall and is becoming comfortably numb emotionally. Even though I'm not going through them individually, I'll put all my ratings right here. From all of those songs, I had 98 total points that then I divided by 25 total songs, which led me to a 7.84 out of 10, making The Wall by Pink Floyd an A-rated album by MJ Graphics. I appreciate anybody that's tuned in to this video. If you guys like this content, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, however you want to show love. I appreciate it all. If you have another album that you want me to listen to, I'll leave my album of the year down below. That's the easiest way for me to see what albums you guys want me to review. But until next time, Godspeed, God bless, peace.